Hello, hello, Josie here. You ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. There are individuals' bodies that are about to blow up. They're about to expand in size, and some of these people were small in size. They were, petite figured and or, had a nice little shape to them. But they're about to balloon in size, and the reason why they're about to balloon in size is whatever witchcraft they were doing, or whatever they were doing to others. I'm an example. There are certain spells, witchcraft. If you've seen the movie Thinner, that practitioner, did his, said his thing and put his curse on that man, and he cursed him. Well, that word witchery, word magic, word witch, that's real. So individuals that are word witches or warlocks, word warlocks, where they can speak something into their hand and project it onto somebody, or speak something repetitively and towards somebody. That's real. That happens. I'm someone that has been affected by that for a majority of my life, but more so by one individual in particular. Two individuals in particular that wanted me to blow up in size because they believed I was too attractive, and they were jealous of that. But the point of this is, when you try to change the course of somebody's life, let alone their weight, the way they look, and so on and so forth, the way they behave and whatnot, to be affected negatively, the blowback is going to be extreme. So for these individuals that engage in that behavior, the blowback for them is going to be extreme. So, like I said, these are people that were petite, small, nice shape. They're going to blow up. It's like you're going to see an individual and you're going to look at them and you're not even going to recognize them because they look completely different from what you're used to seeing them look like. This is something that's going to happen fairly quickly. There was someone, I'm not going to mention who it was, but there's someone that I knew that this actually happened to because of certain activities they engaged in while they were pregnant, because they were trying to affect the child, and God actually took away their beauty, took away their attractiveness, and they overate a lot of chips, and cookies, and ice cream, and fried foods. They overate, excessively overate, and they gained a lot of weight. Whereas in their prior pregnancies, they were able to snap back. But the third pregnancy, they had engaged in some witchcraft, and it blew back in the way they looked, their weight. And that individual was trying to get their looks back somewhat, but it never worked. She was actually aware that it was not going to work because of what she engaged in. So what she then chose to do was she chose to take it out on her child and have her child to gain weight, not be attractive, be fat, so on and so forth, through toddler and adolescence and youth, until it benefited her to have her child engage in or try out a specific diet that was all the rage and became all the rage at the time. And she used that child as a guinea pig to show that it worked. As soon as was able to show that it worked, this parent then wanted that child to engage in the same bad behaviors that they had engaged in prior, so that they would gain weight, and that child gained the weight back. They actually ballooned up in size. And that was intentional. That parent is going to pass away. Because this is not the first time or the first thing that she's done. She's done a lot. A lot. Over the course of this child's life. And has acted as if she's done nothing. Throwing rocks, hiding her hands. But she engaged in another witch to come up against me. Someone that's attached to my brother. So if you didn't pick up on it, rewatch that part again. I just heard she's not even going to be a busset baby. No one's ever going to want to dump a load in her ever again and get her pregnant. This is someone that's going to be only going to have one child, never going to get pregnant again. No one's going to want to knock her up. I just heard God's not going to let it happen. God is intervening in this person's life because of what she did against me. But she's not the only one that's done this behavior. There are other people that have engaged in this behavior. So that's why I'm putting this out here as a message, a general message. But I am an example. I'm someone that it's happened to, which is why God is having me to share this with you. Yeah, these are women that have engaged in heavy witchcraft to get what they wanted, and they end up living their days alone. Not having a relationship, not being able to have a relationship, not being able to get pregnant ever again. I just heard a death to the womb. So even if they do find men to have sex with them, their womb is dead. Because of all the witchcraft they've engaged in, their womb is dead. They won't be able to have a child. So if these women try to have a child and try to force it, it's one of those things, it's either going to come out with, I'm just putting this out, it's either going to come out with birth defects to where the child's going to have problem after problem after problem, or the child is not even going to make it to full term. But I just heard womb death to the womb. Meaning that God's not even going to allow it to even transpire, period. So even if they do try to find somebody that will have sex with them, they will not be able to get pregnant from anybody that has sex with them and nuts in them. Nobody. And I mean it. I just heard that, and I mean it. Now, this is the part that God wants me to finish this video with. He's letting me know this is direct to those individuals. You wanted to stop love from finding my child. You wanted to stop my child from being in a loving relationship. You wanted to keep my child from getting married. You wanted to keep my child from being happy. Now I'm going to take and keep all of that away from you. You're not going to receive love. You're not going to be married. You're not going to have a relationship that is loving and beneficial. You're not going to be able to have children. You're not going to be happy. That's what God is telling me, and I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go.